Hi everyone, in the last video I covered my immortal build, which makes you a lot less likely to die. But in this video, I'll be covering the best part of co-op online games. And that of course, is shitty teammates. Okay, is this nigga like gonna chill for a second?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm stunned.
I got you, homie. I got you, homie.
Foxy.
It's okay.
Foxy, save me. Oh, he got me again. Oh, that was all my health. Oh, I'm gonna die too. Oh, I'm not dead.
Killer of the world here.
Here, baby dragon.
Oh,
I got one, chap.
No, not that. Here.
Oh, someone else just died.
Oh, a little food. Aren't you supposed to kill more than once? Spawner? Oh, and I meant the monster.
I'm
not
running
you.
for my life half the time. She's just going for me.
She wants to do.
Look at that! Look at this bullshit!
Oh, it's fine, I'm dead.
Oh, can
Oh,
that-
wait, we don't have any more
No,
lives.
no,
That's
more
right.
lives. Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
No!
Oh, my game just froze.
Soul burned alive. If you're playing with friends and you just want to help them stay alive, or you're joining randoms and you want to make sure to beat the monster, this build is an easy way to assure your teammates won't die. For this build, you'll need access to Master Rank Kolf Taroth and to be Master Rank 70 or higher to unlock Brute T-Rex. This is the armor set. I'm using 4 Kolf pieces to get Guts and free meal armor bonuses and 1 piece Brute T-Rex. Right off the bat, you can see even though this is a supportive set, you still have all the offensive skills needed to be doing a good amount of damage. Some crit eye, max weakness exploit and crit boost, health boost 3 because it's the best skill in the game, wide range charm to heal and buff your teammates for the full amount and get the longest range possible, recovery up 3 to increase the amount of HP you get from your potions and health regen augments, speed eating 3 so you can check potions like a maniac, and free meal 3 so you get a 75% chance of not consuming items when using them. And with all these skills, you're basically able to just keep spam mealing your teammates endlessly. I've gone through runs where I've used 200 plus consumables without ever replenishing. One thing I would like to point out is that if you're playing with friends and you're using this build, your friends should at least add 1 point of recovery up, since it'll massively increase the rate at which their HP goes up when you're drinking a potion. I also like to bring stun resistance 3 on all my builds because half the deaths everyone has in this game is due to being stunned. I've told this to my friends, but all I get back is, that doesn't give me more damage! And that's why I've made this build, because someone needs to keep the stun lock scrubs alive. For my weapon, I always run Safi because I love the customization you get from the awakening system. Speaking of which, these are the ones I'm using on my support build. I've recently started using status effects a lot with this build, to provide extra crowd control for my team. I also run 4 sleep attack, paralysis or venom, depending on which sword I'm using in order to provide faster and more consistent CC. Before any hunt, you should check your hunter's notes in order to know what's the best status effect to bring versus the monster you're hunting. Another thing I change whenever I run my support build is my item pouch. I bring all my usual stuff like mega potions, dust of life, traps, but I add 10 regular potions plus honey so I can make 10 mega potions on the spot. And since we got free meal 3, we basically don't use consumables. So I bring out the big boss for the team. Mega demon drugs, armor skin, might and adamant seeds, demon and heart shell powders. Basically anything that'll get my team more stats. It's important to remember that demon drug and armor skin can be used in the beginning since they last until death. Just make sure everyone's in range of it. The seeds and the powders only last 3 minutes each, so you want to use them when you get to the monster for maximum effective time. The powders don't count as consumables, so free meal doesn't apply to them, by the way. I also use affinity booster and might pills on this set whenever the monster gets wall banged, is asleep, KO'd, or after mounting. Might pills only last 30 seconds, so you should only use them in these situations where your team can do maximum damage. If the monster has some annoying blights, you should also bring no berries. I really like bringing Moxie as my food skill normally, because it's basically a guardian angel that'll prevent you from being one shot. But since I'm using 2 clove pieces, we get the armor bonus Guts, which is the same thing, so we don't need to get Moxie from the canteen. Instead, we can get Safeguard, in case one of our teammates still dies somehow. This way, your team gets an extra life. I would like to point out that even though I'm using the sword and shield, it doesn't mean you can't use other weapons with this build. This is my main weapon, so it's the one I use all the time. And for everyone that stayed to the end, this is a bonus Boja build. This build has carried some of my friends through Master Rank Tempered Kirin and Raging Braki. We went from losing due to max cards to having 0 deaths and a clean run. Just don't forget to link your PayPal to your teammates at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and give this build a shot in the difficult monsters ahead.